Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look in the Soulforge and tell you what I think is good and bad in there. I'm going to show you a really cool Tower of Doom team and a decent Underspire team at the same time. Let's take a look at this Doom the Guardian first though, see what it does. Gains magic +2 armor, boosted by demonic portal gems, then create 2 demonic portal gems at a ×6 ratio. So if there was 2 of them on the board, you'd gain an extra 12 armor, and convert all yellow gems to spirit gems. Spirit gems are blue and have the effect of draining mana from the enemy at the same time, so it can be really useful. Those demonic portal gems, you want to make sure you've got at least one other troop in your team that explodes or destroys gems to take advantage of them, because they summon a troop into your team when they are destroyed. And it's good to use this kind of troop if the enemy doesn't explode or destroy gems, because then they can't take advantage of those demonic portal gems. A little bit like the spirit gems in a way, he's kind of prone to his own mana drain from those spirit gems, so you have to watch out for that. But otherwise, potentially fairly decent troop this one. I'm kind of tipping between 5 and 6 for this one, but because it's got those demonic portal gems and the chance of an extra turn, then I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say 6 out of 10 for you, matey boy. Anyway, what do you call somebody with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. Do you see? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Anyway, let's get this thing leveled up. Let's get enough to get him to Mythic if you can. There we go. Bingo bango. He is in the bag. All right, let's jump into the Soulforge then. Take a look at what's good and bad in there. We'll start with the weapons and we'll move over to the troops. Again, same as always, I'm not going to go over all the weapons that are here all the time. They're in my Soulforge extra video. So take a look at the link in the description to see that. But first up, we have the Doom Protector. No need to buy it from here, much better to get it from the Tower of Doom shop. Pick it up for gems rather than your hard to get diamonds. Very expensive from here, like 800 diamonds straight away, 50,000 souls, 2,000 of them, 8 celestials. Woof, much better to get it with gems, because you're going to get tiers when you do that from the shop at the same time, which is really good to help out your guild. But anyway, it gives magic +2 armor to an ally with a +3 per temporary level boost. Then give barrier to all blue allies and stun all blue enemies. If the enemy has a doom, then convert 3 blue gems to giant blue gems. But yeah, basic armor. Barrier is good. That's very useful as well. And stun can be useful. So kind of a defensive weapon, but maybe useful in the Tower of Doom. We'll have to see. Right, all these ones, as I said, are in my Soulforge extra video for that. A link will be in the description below. Next up we have Wall of Oblivion. Steel all of an enemy's armor. Yes, steal, not just take it away, rip it off of them as if it didn't exist and add it to your own. So really powerful against really high ranking or powerful enemies that have got a lot of armor. If the enemy is a boss, then death mark all enemies. So very effective in certain situations. Doomed Scythe, one of the best doomed weapons there is. Deal magic +3 damage to all enemies with a +1 per temporary level boost. Convert yellow gems to Doom Skulls, so you can look for a 4 match and do devastating extra damage on top. If the enemy has a Doom, create 5 more, then gain 3 mana for each purple enemy. So it uses purple itself against an all purple team. This does all that damage. You can time it so you get all that skull damage as well, and you can get a bunch of purple mana back at the same time. So absolutely devastating weapon, really good. Mace of Galvania. This is kind of the anti-Galvania weapon in a way. Purple is the colour Galvania troops like the most. Remove all purple gems. Deal magic +5 it looks like. Damage to an enemy boosted by gems removed. If the enemy is from Galvania, if the battle is in Galvania, deal double damage. So you're not going to use it that much, but very effective when you do against them. Undead things. Axe of Leeching. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by Galvania allies, then create a mix of 6 red and purple gems for each Galvania ally. Uses green and brown, creates red and purple, so you've got to make sure you have at least 1 or 2 other troops in your team from Galvania that use red or purple, or both, up to you. Wand of Stars is not in my Soulforge extra video. I made that video before Wand of Stars came out. But the best weapon in the game still, even though it does feel like it's getting a little bit more unreliable as time goes on. Like the The devs are nerfing it ever so slightly so it's not as reliable, but still create 6 elemental stars, bless all allies, or create 7 umbral stars and curse all enemies. Really good for that bless or curse with all that mana gen at the same time. When it works, it's getting a little bit more unreliable it seems, but hey, maybe just because I've had a really good run with it of being very reliable for a long time. Who knows? Apart from the devs. Bloodkeeper. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by purple and undead allies. So a basic weapon with a boost. Nothing too fantastic about that. Blood Crusher. Blimey. Yes, it looks like it's crushed some blood with some fairy bits on the end. Anyway, deals magic +3 damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by undead allies. So again, basic damage with a boost, and that is it. Let's skip over to the troops. As ever, pop through these summoning stones, see if there's anybody there that takes your fancy, or if you're a new player, have a look through, see if there's anybody that you haven't got. What you're particularly looking for are goblins, empowered troops. They're the ones that start with full mana, like this one here, Moon Singer. Starting battles with full mana is a really good way to just speed things up in a game sometimes. Convert purple gems to green. Hunter's Mark the first enemy. Hunter's Mark. Marked troops take double damage from skulls, so that is a really good troop straight away. Do like a bit of a Moon Singer. Anybody in green we take a fancy to? Nothing too fantastic there. See what's in red. We've got Firebomb. Does start battles with full mana as well. Explodes 4 red gems. Does damage to an enemy and destroys itself. Air Cattle, another one. Starts battles with full mana. Converts all blue gems to yellow. Then conjures a Light Storm. A Light Storm is yellow, so really handy in a yellow heavy team. Let's have a look in yellow. Nothing too fantastic. Oh, Astral Spirit. Nearly skipped over her. She's excellent troop. Again, starts battles with full mana. We've got a lot of empowered troops here this week. Remove all gems of a chosen colour. Then deal magic +2 true damage to the first enemy boosted by gems removed. So true damage is really, really good, but remove all gems of a chosen colour is a really good Guild Wars defense against those teams that start with empowered troops and convert a certain colour to another one. You can actually remove those colours away, making it difficult for the enemy team to get their mana and basically spoiling their plans. So yeah, she is really good as well. Anybody in purple? Another one. We've got empowered troops all over the place today. What's going on? Again, another dangerous troop in Guild Wars. Starts battles with full mana, convert all yellow gems to skulls, and give magic-based attack to the first ally. Lots of these empowered troops today. And another one! Gob Chomper! Having trouble with goblins? You got 50-50 chance of the scoffing one absolutely straight away. Start battles with full mana. Does magic-based damage to an enemy. If the enemy is a goblin, deal double damage with a 50% chance to devour them and gain 5 life. So, good sort of goblin team. Got anti-goblin team if you're feeling a bit lucky. So now onto the mythics, and we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Who is first? Dragon Lord Luther doesn't count, he's here all the time. But a nice cheap mythic if you want multiple versions of this. These 4 tens weapons here, the 10 of runes, the 10 of wands, the 10 of cups, and the 10 of swords don't disappear. They don't get used when you create extra versions of Dragon Lord Luther. So if you don't mind spending another 1,000 souls, you can get multiple copies of a Dragon Lord Luther. It's not a great mythic, but it's not a terrible one either. Doing damage to all enemies boosted by blue dragon gems, and a barrier himself, as well as reduction from skulls by 50%. So yeah, if you want more of him, you absolutely can do. First up of the standard mythics is the King of Ravens. Explode all purple gems and spirit gems. Spirit gems are the blue ones. Then deal magic +3 damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by spirit gems. The boost ratio is ×6 on that, so that can actually increase the damage quite a bit, because it also converts 2 blue gems to spirit gems when his turn begins. Or her, I don't know. But anyway, it has mana shield as well, which is really, really useful because those spirit gems drain mana. If you leave any of those spirit gems behind, then if the enemy gets to destroy them or explode them, then he becomes uninfected by that. Him. Keep on saying him. Could be a her. No, it's him! King of Ravens! Have a look. The clue is in the title. But also summons a Dark Storm at the start of battle, which is purple, which helps him get charged up at the same time. as well as helps the spell because it explodes all purple gems. So yeah, not a bad troop at all. Do like a bit of the King of Ravens now and again. Aquaria. Deal magic +3 splash damage to 3 random enemies boosted by submerged allies. So basic splash damage with a boost. And the traits are submerge myself when I take damage, so as soon as it gets hit, it gets a little boost in that damage. Create a blue gem when my turn begins, which helps get it charged because it uses blue, and give 4 life to all blue allies when matching blue gems. So the more blue allies you've got, the more you should be collecting blue because you get blue to charge it up, and then that blue gives life. And I've never said blue so much in all my blue life. No, I don't have a blue life. No, yes, no, stop it. What am I talking about? Anyway, Emeraldrin is the dragon on rotation here this week. So if you need this as your last gem dragon troop, for example, on the path to getting Stellarix, then certainly may be worth, possibly maybe, spending that extra Dragonite to get it, because it makes it guaranteed. If you need more than one troop, it's debatable whether it's worth it or not, because you may just get more duplicates, and yeah, tricky one. But hey, player's choice. Personally, if this was the only dragon I needed to complete my gem dragon set, then I wouldn't mind spending the extra Dragonite to guarantee it. But hey, each to their own. Arc Proxy Avendra, very powerful troop. Converts all yellow gems to Uber Doom Skulls, then Curse, Web, and Poison the strongest enemy. The traits aren't bad either. Immune to Mana Drain, Silence, Fairy Fire, and Web means that she gets her mana and pretty much keeps it. Reduced damage from spells by 25% is good. And Contra in Uber Doomstorm. When an enemy dies, which they do quite quickly sometimes because that convert all yellow gems to Uber Doom Skulls, they do super extra damage. And that can be absolutely devastating because they have a massive explosion range as well, which can basically cause a chain reaction with other ones and cause just huge damage and a huge amount of mana gain at the same time. And she can often get to cast it again pretty much straight away. And she's got legs and she knows how to use them. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there. Not. This is family entertainment. Kind of. A bit. Anyway, Fountain of Stars. What am I on to? I think there's some more tea, so in that case I better sip it a bit more. Hang on. Ah, delish. Right, Fountain of Stars. Kind of overlooked in the game quite a bit, but it's actually quite a decent mythic when used in the right way. Convert 5 green gems to purple potions and all brown gems to skulls and cleanse all the Fey allies. So if there was like a very small amount of green gems on the board, but they're going to make a 4 match, you can guarantee a huge amount of purple like that. And you can still look out for those brown to skulls in a 4 match and get an extra turn and damage that way. And also cleanses all the Fey allies. And a 15% chance to bless all allies when my turn begins is a bit low, but the reduction from skull damage is actually pretty useful. So Fountain of Stars actually better than a lot of people think it is. Well, let's take a quick look at the legendaries then. Don't usually say to craft legendaries using your diamonds. You're better off basically saving your diamonds for the much harder to get mythics. Unless it's a super special legendary like a Tesla or a Yao Guai, something like that. Anyway, Baphomet is first up and he's pretty decent. Doing magic based damage to 3 random enemies, and if the enemy is burning, deal double damage. Certain troops it's really easy to get all enemies burning. In Furnace, for example, just get a 4 match that will burn all enemies, and then you're going to get that double damage, which can be really, really effective. And also does triple skull damage versus burning enemies, as well as reflect 25% of skull damage. So yeah, pretty effective troop is good old Baphomet. Next up we have Sekma. I used to love this troop when I started playing the game. I used her a lot. Transform blue gems to skulls and brown gems to yellow. Then deal magic +1 damage to an enemy, boosted by all other allies and magic. She was good because gaining 2 magic on red gems was basically a good way of boosting up her magic, and is immune to frozen at the same time. So I did like me a bit of Sekma in the early parts of the game. As an early player, that was. Queen Isabel, another dangerous troop. Some good legendaries here today. Deal damage to the first enemy equal to an ally's attack. Then give magic +1 attack and armor to them, and give between 3 to 8 mana to all other allies other than myself. So yeah, she's very, very effective at the same time. Do like Queen Isabel. And next up we have Venoxia, another really, really good troop. This is another one where there might be a caveat on what I just said about I wouldn't generally craft legendaries because I'd save my diamonds for the mythics. But Venoxia is in the same sort of category as Yao Guai and Tesla, as in that it's so good, it's probably worth crafting from here. Create 9 green and 9 blue gems, then deal magic-based true damage to all enemies. So it's true damage, then it creates those 9 green and blue gems. It uses green, so it can self-charge and do it again. And it works really, really well with other troops like Queen Beatrix that do true damage at the same time as well. So yeah, really good. And gains 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. So if you get loop in, it just does more and more damage. And yes, Venoxia, I would actually say that was definitely worth crafting from the Soulforge if you don't have her. Right, so that is it. And who gets my Mythic of the Week? It's going to have to be Arc Proxy Avendra, just for the sheer devastationness of it all. Absolutely lethal troop when used correctly. Converting those yellow gems to Uber Doom Skulls can do hideous amount of damage and charge her up again. Ready to do it again really quickly. And Curse Weapon Poison is pretty strong too. So Arc Proxy Avendra gets my Mythic of the Week. Now onto the Tower of Doom team. Now you must use the event weapon, the Doomed Protector, to earn times to score. So absolutely vital that you use that weapon in your team for this event, and you get that from the shop. You can get it from the Soulforge as well, but much better for me to get it from the Tower of Doom shop. You get it using gems, and gems are much easier to come by than diamonds. You've got to spend diamonds and celestials and all sorts of stuff from the Soulforge to get it from there. And the tiers you buy on your way to getting that weapon are really useful anyway, because at tier 1 you get the Potion of Enchantment. All your allies start enchanted at the start of battle for this event only, and you get more Doom sigils and a little bit of gold. Tier 2, you get the Potion of Explosion. Explodes 4 gems at the start of battle for this event only as well, but combines really well with that Potion of Enchantment to get your team started nice and quickly. And again, more Doom troops, more Doom sigils, a bit more gold. At tier 3, you get the Potion of Rejuvenation. Heal 3 damage to all allies at the start of turn. Again, this event only, and same again, more Doom sigils, more stuff. And at tier 4, you get the weapon, which you need to get that times 2 score. All allies, again, armoured as well with a Potion of Armour, but the weapon is the most important thing to get from here. And you get that times 2 score and pop it into the team. Well, so now onto the team. I will show a no mythic alternative to this team, but if you've got the troops, then Stellaryx is a really, really cool way to go about this. It's going to make absolute mincemeat of this Tower of Doom when combined with Ascensia, which gives all dragon allies a 50% start with mana. So really, really cool. And Comethalas backs up Stellaryx, doing damage to all as well, and also gives 1 to all skill points to blue allies when matching blue gems. And Stellaryx obviously does humongous damage to all with that chance of an extra turn at the same time, or a recharge, or both. And Doom Protector can back up, giving armor and a barrier to all blue allies, as well as stun blue enemies. Going to be absolutely walking the park with this. I'll just show a couple of battles with this, and then we'll show the no mythic team. So with that, 50% mana start, the enchantment potion and the explosion thing. Most of the time, Stellaryx is going to get charged up literally straight away. It's going to be an absolute walk in the park like this. That's the unlock scroll. Make a note of that. On the Terran's Doom map. Always good to run a Terran's World map on these things. Help out your guild. See, we didn't get charged then, but we'll get the mana. So easy, it's ridiculous. And it's damage to all. They got a recharge. I mean, a summon, but it doesn't matter because Stellaryx says, hey ho, get the fudge out of here. In a dragon voice, though. And let's do this one. Got a Tower of Doom guide. I'll put that in the link in the description below. There we go. Didn't quite get charged again. Bit rare, but hey ho, is what it is. Even when it doesn't get charged straight away, it'll still get charged like the next round or the round after that. Absolute max, really. Really quick, easy team to work this one. And let us get it done. Do the boss room and then we'll show the no mythic alternative to this team. There we go, that's a bit more like it. So that's a really good team if you have Stellaryx, but if you don't, then we can still use a really cool no mythic alternative using Tesla. Now Tesla does true scatter damage boosted by all ally and enemy armor. So the more armor you've got, the more armor the enemy's got, the more damage she does. And this weapon is actually really good for this, because it gives armor to an ally with a +3 per tempering level boost, and gives a barrier to all blue allies, which is the whole team. So basically, the armor boost increases Tesla's damage, and the barrier protects us from 1 instance of incoming damage, therefore effectively keeping our armor high, therefore keeping Tesla's damage high. So really good for this. And Taipan starts battles with full mana, transforms all brown to red, which can get Tesla charged up really quick. Now we'll be in Geomancer class for this. We can use the same banner as we did for that Stellarix team, plus 2 blue. In the class, we can use the same one again. I do like Geomancer. Reduce damage from scars by 50% is always useful. All constructs start with 50% mana, which is the hero. And you can have stuff like Impact. Don't care about this one. This is a team I dropped into the guild chat, copied it from there. Anti-magic sphere, always handy. Tactician, rock solid, get a barrier when matching brown. Tree of knowledge, get enchant when matching green. And immune to stun, poison, disease, death mark, lycanthropy, and devour is always useful. You can have other stuff like Frost Mage as well. That would work really well. If you're a newer player to the game, Elementalist would work really good as well, getting the protection of those stun, burns, freezes, and entangles every time you get a 4 match, but it will be slightly slower going at the beginning. Right, so let's take a look at a bunch of battles with this team. You're looking for brown to red at the beginning. If you've got that, happy days, you can cast Taipan and be on your way, getting loads of mana straight away, but we haven't got it, so we'll grab some red. And Tesla's ready, and a lot of the time she'll be ready absolutely straight away, so it'll be like even faster than that. Yeah, let's go to the next room. If you get a nice red or brown to red conversion at the beginning, you can just cast Taipan absolutely straight away. Have a little look around for that. We've killed someone already, but Tesla's charged already. That's how fast it can be sometimes. Didn't actually do anything. Just got charged absolutely immediately due to the potion of enchantment and the explosion and a little bit of luck. So there we go, got it there, easy, bang, Tesla's charged, her boost is 221, as the enemy gets more powerful, she gets more powerful, and just absolutely wrecks the opposition. We have a haste scroll, we'll absolutely make a note of that. Then do the boss. Right, brown to red, got it there, happy days, there we go, done. Doesn't get much easier than that. Right, I've jumped forward to where things start to get a little bit more tricky. Got 3 times Medals of Guard for this team, by the way. That gives +8 armor for all troops, which means Tesla does even more damage. But it's at this point where a lot of people may want to start casting the Doomed Protector before they cast their Tesla, because if you cast your Tesla first and you got the enemy lingering around on a few points, just near dead but not quite, this is where casting this first can make all the difference, because getting that armor boost is going to increase Tesla's damage and probably finish off that lingerer, which we don't want. So let's see how we go about it now. Always look out for that brown to red at the beginning as well. We've got it at the top there, look, happy days. Stack stuff for Tesla. Always take the 4 matches too. Always handy. Gain 2 armor on 4 or 5 gem matches. Helps out her damage, and we get a chance to get both of her charged at the same time. Which let's just take a look at this just for the sake of it, because right now the boost is 273. If we cast this first, we get a barrier and an armor boost, and damage has now gone up to 302. So certainly worth doing. It's a luck scroll. Happy days. That's one of the ones we want. On to the next. Let's note down that luck scroll before I forget. See what happens at the beginning. We've got a nice conversion here again. And another one. Again, just to make sure we get enough damage as cast. Doomed Protector first. Protect us from damage. Get an armor boost. More damage to Tesla. More death for the enemy. That's what we want. Life scroll. Nah. Now on to the next. Let's just do a few more battles, then we'll move on to the Underworld team. Underspire team. Underworld? Underspire. Too many understuffs going on. Right, do we have... what? Do we have any brown to red? A little bit. Not much. Let's do it anyway. She's ready next round anyway. And the weapons next up. Anyway, this is somewhat annoying sometimes because when it's one of these, you don't want to take it because you don't want to reduce the enemy's armor because that reduces Tesla's damage output. But at the same time, if you leave it there, they're going to do it to you. So you've kind of got to take it anyway. But we have killed someone now, so basically this should be enough to wipe them out. And they got summoned, but we don't care. Second Tesla was lined up to finish off the job. And there's the unlocked room. Happy days. On to the next. Lots of yellow. Grab some of that. And no brown to red still of any significant use, so we'll get charged manually. It won't work all the time, but when it does, it'll be very nice and fast. Alright, so we'll might as well get that then. Let's get some armor boost and a barrier for our team. We could do this anyway, just get our second Tesla up. Always worth a little look around for that, just in case they don't wipe out the enemy. Let's just get these just because we're greedy. And we still wiped out anyway. What the heck? And let us do the boss room and shift onto the Underspire team. So yeah, this is going to actually be straightforward with this team, I think, because as your guild progresses, basically you're going to get extra bonus points anyway, which makes you even more powerful. So yeah, I think it's going to be very straightforward to get this done to a decent degree. Right, what should we do? What should we do? What have we got? Have we got anything decent? Oh, get that. I think there might have been something better there somewhere. I was looking at it thinking, this looks like a fairly good start in a way. Don't die, Tesla. Don't you dare die. See, if you cast that one first, it didn't do enough damage. That's why it's always good to do the Doom Protector first. We'll get that because it's a lot of mana. And we'll do that because there's red to brown everywhere. And let's have the second Tesla steal a little bit of the glory. Now onto the Underspire team. I've switched back to Noxious for this. Increase the damage of our team. Did have 3 times Medals of Guard on for that Tower of Doom team to increase Tesla's damage. But let's see what the Underspire brings. What we got. So I'm going to go for Axe of Leeching, Crimson Bat, Bloodfang and the Ghost Queen. You can have 2 Crimson Bats that will work really, really well with this. And the Ghost Queen is here mainly for that 50% start on Undead regarding mana. But she does steal 7 mana from an enemy, then steals Magic plus 3 life, effectively true damage, boosted by purple gems damage to an enemy. Very nice indeed. Crimson Bat does true damage to all enemies and gains life. And Bloodfang deals true damage to the first 2 enemies with a cumulative 25% chance for each lycanthropy gem on the board to also inflict 4 stacks of bleed, which is even more true damage. And uses purple. So with these troops here we use all the colours apart from yellow. And the Axe of Leeching, pretty handy. Damage to an enemy we're not really worried about, but it's the mix of red and purple which makes this really cool. We have all Galvania allies, which means we're going to get the maximum amount of red and purple. All the red feeds into Crimson Bat, any extra fills up with Bloodfang, and any purple fills up Bloodfang. Simple as that. So we get a chance to fill up these enemies really, really quickly. So let's jump into the battle then. I'll just show the banner quick. I went for the pack banner. This is a warband banner. +2 green, +1 brown, -1 yellow. But if you don't have that, then pick anything else which gets the weapon going nice and quickly. That wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Oh, actually, yes, it would. Minus purple. Don't want that. Still want minus yellow. Let's do that. Don't want minus a colour we use. That's no good at all. That'd be okay. That'd be okay. That'd be technically even better because we got 2 lots of red troops. So yeah, if you don't have that warband banner, then the gate banner would be the one to go with. In Necromancer class for this. Fun class. This gets better as it progresses through the talent trees. Starts off kind of weak. All purple allies gain 2 life is the best one out of this starting bunch. And when an enemy dies, frees another random enemy. But anti-magic fear is good. I don't actually need that because we're undead anyway. So yeah, we don't want any of them. That's the reason why I picked that one. Life Siphon, steal 2 life from the first enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches is cool, or we can have Stealthy. or antiquity, but we're not using a relic. And then Swift Curse is really good. Death mark a random enemy at the start of battle. And Rising Shadows is fantastic. 7% chance to assassinate the last enemy when another enemy dies, and that can combine with Swift Curse as well, which is really cool. So let's jump in and do a few Underspire scraps in the Manky dungeon against Manky, Mouldy, undead troops. Right, so we're looking to get our weapon up sharpish. Look for green and brown on the next one. We'll have a bit of that. And that will do the job. From the bat's ready. Lots of true damage to all. The job is done. Let's go get our free stuff from Matey Boy Chin Hat Face. What you got? Chin mate. Chin fellow. Free lantern. And we go right. And we've got a little gnome bash. So what we got? That looks sort of good at first, but it's not too bad. And let's bash them out of the way, because the other one could die anyway. The Crimson Bat's ready to go, so the job is absolutely going to be done. In fact, I could have given that Bloodfang geezer a bit of glory there. Damage to 2 troops. But Crimson Bat jumped in a way and said, "You're not stealing my glory." And he just put his contact lenses in without neutralising them first. That's pretty much what it feels like. Brown. Yes, we have brown. Damage. Lots of mana, but not quite enough. We'll get it next time. Those weapons do work most of the time, but they will fail it. Oh, see? They just decided to just die. One of the cool things about Necromancer class. When that happens on the higher levels, when you get much more powerful enemies, it's really, really nice. It's a very good difference. Nice, speedy difference to how quickly things get done. Well, might as well get our Crimson Bat ready. Standard method. Don't need to always collect stuff for the weapon first. And when those bonuses come in from Swift Curse or Rising Shadows, really handy indeed. To do this initial damage on the weapon, if you get that charged up first on basically anybody that's not got that death mark. You don't want to do damage on someone that's death marked, because basically you're wasting the chance to get a instant kill. See, they died anyway. Not that Crimson Bat wasn't about to kill him anyway. It's like, you would have died. It's not like you committed Harry Carry and it sort of made it any better for yourself. You're going to die anyway. So yeah, don't do it to yourself. Have some pride. Right, last battle. Oh, that looks nice down here. We'll have a little bit of that. And any green, any brown? No. Oh well. Wasn't quite as scrumptious as I thought it was. It was still alright. But anyway, there's the teams for today. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.